welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and today I'm going over my 2016 Bookish Resolutions. And first, I just finished watching my 2015 Bookish Resolutions, which the video I did a year ago. I'm going to go over my 2015 and tell you if it was a fail or not a fail. So, the very first goal that I had in 2015 was to read 52 books, which was a book a week. And I succeeded. I read 136 books this year in 2015. And which was really cool. When my Goodreads goal, it was 52. I started out at 52. Then I changed it because I was reading 52. I think I hit 52 by March or April, and then I was like, wait a minute, I said I gotta add more. So then I raised my Goodreads goal to 100, and by the summertime I hit 100, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna raise it up to 130, and I read 136 books. So yay. So I did meet the first goal. The second book was to read more series. I mentioned Harry Potter Book 2 and Harry Potter Book 3, which I read in 2015, which is really good. I actually read Harry Potter 4, so I am up to Book 5. So hopefully in 2016 I will continue Harry Potter. So that's one. I said to read more series. So if I look in my journal here, I had a page that had series. Wait, just give me a second to find it. Okay, my series page. I started a whole bunch of new series in 2015, and I completed The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness, The Ask and the Answer, The Monsters of Men. I completed that. I started Cinder, Scarlet, and Cress, I read. And I also started Selection, Elite, and One. I read The Prince and the Queen, which was all the series for the Selection series. And that's that there. So I completed one. But I am close to completing the Cinder and Selection series. So I'm very close. So that's that. I started a whole bunch of new series. So I started The Girl Stolen by April Henry. I started Broken Hearts, Fences to Mend. I started Winger. I read the second book of Divergent. I read Insurgent. I read Fracture Me. I started the Fifth Wave series. I read Scorched Trials, which is the second book of Maze Runner. I started Something Strange and Deadly. I read the second book of I replaced The Taken, I think was the first book. I read Enclave, Throne of Glass, Until Friday Night, Written in Red, If I Stay, Dorothy Must Die, Anna and the French Kiss, and Asylum. So here's the ones I started, and underneath each one I put if it was a first book or a second book. So yeah, this is how I put it in. These are my YA series. So I did start a lot of series last year in 2015, but I didn't complete any. And then on the next page, an adult series, I started and completed Beautiful Disaster series. I read Beautiful Disaster, Walking Disaster, and Beautiful Wedding. I started White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I started 10 Tiny Breaths by K.A. Tucker. I read book 3 of the Wallbanger series, which is Screwdriver. I started The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torr. I started In the Woods by Tana French. I read Red Rising, which I did not like. I am not getting the second book. I started Me Before You. Never Never, I read book 1 and book 2. I started Slammed, and I started Party Games and Don't Stay Up Late by R.L. Stein. So this is my starting of series for adults. So, yeah, and as I said, I put the number of the book below it, so I know in 2016 where I have to start and continue. So that's how I put it in my book. So, let's see. Now, my third thing was to buy less books. Of course, that was a total fail. I bought way too many books this year. The next one was to marathon a series. I already just went over my series. The next one was to read Cassandra Clare, and that was a fail. As you can tell, I didn't read City of Bones, and I am reading it in 2016 January. My next thing was to read more adult books. So adult books besides the series, I have a page in my journal here. Adult books, I read 27 books. And I'm not going to go through it, but here is my 27 book adult books that I glued in all. And the books that are really big are my favorites. So, and actually Goodreads I just printed it off my Goodreads, and it actually showed me which one was my 5 stars. So my 5 stars, it printed big, and my 3 and 2 and 4 stars were small. So that's how I glued them into my book. So there you go. So that's a lot of books there. 27 books for adult. My next challenge was to do more YouTube reviews, and I like doing the reviews, the monthly reviews at the end, because I just like telling you what I read and how I liked it and what I didn't like and why I rated it the certain rating. So the next one was to read new authors. I mentioned 4 authors in my 2015 video, and the first author was Patrick Ness, which I read his whole Chaos Walking trilogy. So that was at least 3 books. Cassandra Clare, I never finished, so that's a fail. Sarah Dessen, I never even opened the book, so I need to read her read her again. And Tess Garrison, I didn't read her either. So my next challenge was to use the library more, which I will continue to use the library, especially for new releases, because I want to try to save some money, and if I want to get a new release, my problem is the library does not get all the new releases in, and then when they do get it, finally, there's a waiting list. So I'm going to try to put my name on the waiting list and try to read all my damn books, because I am going to be doing the hashtag read my own damn books for 2016. So yeah, I already put on Twitter, and I put it on my Facebook, and I also put it on my blog. So yeah, so hopefully I will read more books. The next one was to read and watch a movie. So the books that I mentioned in that video was If I Stay, which I read and watched the movie, so that's a thumbs up. Maze Runner, I read it and watched the movie, and I also read Squatch Trials, and I watched the Squatch Trial movie, so that's a thumbs up. Breaking Dawn is a fail. Thumbs down. I did not read Breaking Dawn, so yes, I still have to read Breaking Dawn, and it's been over a year. I have the book. I have the movie on my TV. My husband keeps on telling me, when are you going to get this off my TV? So I really need to read that book and get it off. I don't want to watch the movie because then it spoils you. You know, I want to read the book. So, yeah. Okay, so the next one was to read more nonfiction books. So in 2015, if I go to my nonfiction page, I read 9 nonfiction books. So here you go on my 9 nonfiction, and 2 of them were 5 stars. So yeah, so that's this here. So that's a thumbs up, I guess. 9 of them. The next one is to read more classics. Now, classics gives me a problem. So if I go to my classics page, I did read 2 books. I read To Kill a Mockingbird, which I read in high school, so it was a reread, which I never reread books. So this was a reread for me. I remember I remember just one part of the book, but I did read it in high school, and yeah, that was 20 something years ago. So yeah, I did read that, and then I also read. I can't even read this book. Perks of Being a Wallflower. Yeah, this book reminds me of bats. Yeah, look at that. Doesn't it look like a bat? To me, it looks like a bat hanging upside down. Look at that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have my glasses on, but I read 2 classics. So, yeah, that's it. And the last thing on my 2015 was to have 100 subscribers. So let's see how many I have. I'm way over 100. I have, oh, can't even find it. Back to here. Give me a second to find it, because it's always a hard time for me to find this thing. My channel. And I have 287 subscribers. Yay! And you know what? Today is my anniversary. So, yeah, today is 2 years on BookTube. So, yeah, 287, I'm sorry. 287. So, thank you for watching me. So I will continue. Let's see, what's my 2016? My 2016 Bookish Resolutions. Read my own damn books. So, yeah. I have a lot. I have over 200 in my crates. And I have a lot to read. So, yeah. I'm going to read as much as I can. And try and DNF the ones that I don't like. And try not to feel guilty about it. Because some books are not for me. Like Miss Bourne. So I'm going to, the ones I don't like, give them to the used bookstore and exchange for something I do like. So, yeah. So to read more of my own damn books and to read some romance, contemporary romance, because I'm already doing that. I want to read at least 12, so that's 1 a month. I already got my January in. And I want to complete some more series. I'm not too fond of series. I'm telling you now. I read Maradaya last year, and I liked book 1 and book 2, and I hated book 3. And then I read The Chaos Walking, and I liked book 1. Book 2 was okay, and book 3 I didn't like. So, yeah, I'm not too, with that. That's not too fond of series. So, yeah, I don't like them so much. I want to read more standalones, I think. So, yeah, and then you get stuck with all these books, and then, I don't know. I haven't found one that really, really liked, and I liked The Taken, and I read the other one that was after it, and I didn't like it, the second book. So, yeah, I'm having a hard time. So, The Replaced. I didn't like The Replaced, but I liked The Taken. Taken was a 5-star. Replaced was a 3-star. So, like, I don't know what to do. So, anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye!